Good morning, my friends, and once again, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today, we're back out here in the Hunter Call of the Wild here on TORO for the Fallow Grind, and we're going to be having a look at the winter hotfix, which just dropped this morning, and in my opinion, was a massive disappointment. Now, I was expecting something kind of completely different with this hotfix, actually in the direct opposite direction different. So we're just going to be having a look at the patch notes here today, guys. I'm going to share with you some of the most common issues that my community's been having after the hotfix and before the hotfix, especially before the hotfix. Now, whether you play on PC, whether you play on Xbox, whether you play on PlayStation, if you guys have any of these issues yourself and you can relate to them, definitely let me know down below. Join my Discord server so you can join the conversation on this. I'm going to cover absolutely everything here today, so don't go anywhere. Make sure you guys do stay till the end. Like and subscribe if you guys haven't already. This isn't going to be like a detailed everything that's wrong with the game guide, because in general it's an amazing game. I love Call of the Wild to death, and I'll play it as long as it's around. I just feel like they could do so much better with it. Again, not hating on EW, they've created an absolutely amazing piece of art here. Call of the Wild is a beautiful game in general. But diving right in, guys, we're going to have a look at the hotfix patch notes. It's called the winter hotfix. It came out this morning, just here a few minutes ago. I just finished updating my game, and the patch notes include things like developer notes, bug fixes, things like that. So starting right from the beginning of the patch notes, we're going to have a look where it says developers notes, the first message there. If you guys want to read along with me, I will leave the link to EW's patch notes for the winter hotfix down below, or you guys can get it from the Call of the Wild News EW section in my Discord server. It states, some players have been having problems with their game progress not being saved. If your game is on a PC, sometimes Windows security might stop you from reaching the documents folder. That's where their save files are. So you need to allow or whitelist your apps to access, plus using Norton antivirus may wrongly block parts of your save data, thinking that they're harmful. So try to check your computer's security settings to make sure they're not stopping the game from saving your progress. For more help, visit the support page. So, yes, thank you EW, that's amazing. Obviously, game save data is a very important thing. Hopefully you PC players won't be having any other problems with that. Let me know down below if you guys have had problems with that in the first place. I personally haven't heard anything about it, but I'm sure that some people have been. Real quick, I am just going to read through a couple of the other bug fixes. I'm not going to read through everything. I'm just going to let you guys know what they've apparently fixed or improved in their opinion. I really want to focus on the huge key issues that's going on that they seem to either be waiting to fix or they're just completely ignoring. Which, it doesn't seem like an EW thing for them to do that, but apparently they've fixed some equipment, they've made some changes to certain animals, like pheasants. The flush command should now always display on the dog wheel, so they've made some changes to the dogs. Trophies, some system changes includes the game should no longer momentarily freeze, that's good. Multiplayer changes, and a couple UI changes. All I have to say is, where is any of the issues, even in the known issues list that they provided? A list of different things that they know that's going on with the game that they're obviously either preparing to fix or they're planning on fixing in the future with another hotfix. But even in the known issues list, it states nothing about the insane amount of crashing that's been going on with us console players. Now, before you guys go down there hating and all that, I know that some of you console players are not having any problems whatsoever, but there is a handful of us that are. There's over 50 people in my server right now, and my server doesn't have very many people, only around 380, that are crashing very persistently, including myself. Now, I recently pulled the disc out of my PlayStation 5 and switched over to the digital version of Call of the Wild, which took 20 of my dollars, and as a 15-year-old content creator, 20 bucks is kind of a lot of money. And what happens 5 minutes into my first session on the digital version that I just wasted $20 on? My game crashes. And this has happened multiple times since I've switched a few days back. Now, if you guys think this is bad, I'm currently working with someone in my Discord server right now that can't even open their game on Xbox because of the hotfix. I don't know what is happening. It could be a problem with their actual console. Since the hotfix is released this morning, A, it's not allowing them to update their game, and they can't even open their game. Like I said at the beginning, Call of the Wild is such an amazing game, it's genuinely a shame that we can't even play the game enjoyably. And the crazy thing is there's also a handful of people who are having no problems whatsoever, which makes me think that it could potentially be a version of the game that could be stuck, or some type of bug with just certain consoles. I don't know, it's the weirdest thing ever. And what's crazy for me is I find my game crashing way more in the morning than I do at night. In fact, it only crashes in the morning. I've only crashed once or twice at night since the update, which once or twice since the update's actually fairly well for me, considering I'll crash up to 15 times a day, which is absolutely ridiculous as a content creator because of the fact that when I'm streaming and my game crashes, my entire stream crashes along with it. and I don't even have the option to tell my viewers that my game crashed, therefore losing over 75% of the people that were in my live stream, and you guys can see how that would frustrate me even more. Now I know the first thing that you guys are going to want to do is go down there and tell me to make a report in the EW Discord server. After making probably 50 reports last week, and my community has probably made hundreds altogether, it's not that they're ignoring it. I get that there's hundreds and hundreds of people in there, but even after asking for help in general chat multiple times, people have just kind of told me that I'm on my own. There's just genuinely no help. I mean, people always say that the Call of the Wild community is amazing, and yes, the community is amazing. You guys are amazing. I love my viewers. The people are great. But the people who are in charge just think they know everything essentially about the game, which I mean, they probably do. They're Call of the Wild experts, good for them. But as being an expert at the game, you should also be considerate of the people who need help with the game and help the people out. When you guys see where I'm coming from here, I have over 300 games on PlayStation. Squid is kind of an addict, I know. Let's just not talk about it. And Call of the Wild is the only game that crashes like this. In fact, none of my other games crash at all. Maybe once in a blue moon. I think the only game that crashed this year was Minecraft. I was in a session with my dad, in a multiplayer session, and that was the only other game that crashed for the entire year. And you know, Squid here plays all the different AAA titles like Fortnite, Call of Duty, fast-paced games like that actually have a genuine excuse to crash. Things like pulling too much RAM, really being hard on the CPU just because of the fact that they're fast-paced games in general, that would actually make sense for the game to crash every once in a while. And one thing I will say is the entire game's running slightly better since the hotfix. Before it would be like really bad. The game would almost like lag and jump around really slowly, which is, it's understandable. There was a bug from the last update, but they quickly fixed that and pushed it out for all platforms. But if there's a certain platform having a problem that severe, then it should at least be addressed. I would be perfectly fine with it if it was on the known issues list. But it's not even on the known issues list, guys. This is what the heck? You know, I really hope that EW sees this video. Hi, I'm Squid. Sorry if I made a bad impression. I love your game, but I hate the way that it crashes, for a handful of us console players at least. If you guys can relate to any of these issues, please let me know down below. But hopefully something happens. Hopefully this video does fairly well so EW can see it, or at least a moderator or someone from EW can see it and hopefully do something about it. Thank you guys all so much for watching. My name is Squid, this is Squidster, and we'll see you later. Peace.